Hi everyone, welcome once again to AOS Abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining today. Really do appreciate you for coming on board. Please, if you can see my screen, let me know. If I'm audible, let me know. We have to take some sound checks right now to ensure that everyone is actually listening in and we don't have any issues with both the we don't have any issues with both the presentation and the audio. So if you can hear me, just put it on the comment section that yes, I am audible. Put it on the comment section that yes, you can see me, and let me know before we actually get started right now. Okay, thank you very much. We are officially live. We are officially live now. And if you are part of us, let us know that you are actually here right now. Okay, thank you. I say some people are already conversing with us that yes, they can see us and we are audible. So thank you everyone for all of our followers that are joining in. I can see some people also already joining in on TikTok, some joining in on YouTube, some joining in on Facebook. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And as you know, today we are going to be discussing the very crucial topic or title, Move Them Young to Canada. I so much love this conversation today because it's something that is different. It's something that is different from what we used to have. Okay, Ashutosh Tivali said, yes, I can see you and listen to you. Cool. Okay. Thank you. So we are officially live right now, and we are going to actually be talking about how to relocate your children, teenagers, and young adults abroad quickly, especially to countries like Canada, the UK, US, through what we know as the OSSD. As many of you see the title, the Ontario OSSD route, the full webinar. So joining me today is none but firstly program director from the Canada International Secondary School, who is none but Mr. Ashutosh Tivali, the program director. Please let us know. You can actually talk as well and introduce yourself, sir.
So, my wishes and greetings to all of you, and whichever part of the world you are. I'm Ashutosh Tiwari, and I'm the product program director for the Canadian International Secondary School, and dealing exclusively with the OSSD program. And along with that, I also deal with the admissions of students into the medical universities in United States of America for the US medical programs. Right? And as a background, I am an MBA. I hold a project management professional certification as well. And I'll be more than glad to answer any of your questions, your queries, which can help you to plan the future of your children or your own particular future. I'll be more than glad to answer any queries. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So that is the program director again from Canada International Secondary School, and also we also have Mr. Gurinder Singh Saini, the director of Kesri Immigration and Settlement Services. So please, you can also introduce yourself to us, sir.
Hi, good morning and good evening to everyone, whichever party you are from. My name is Gurinder Singh Saini, and I am a legal immigration consultant here in Canada. And what I do is basically all kind of immigration needs. I take care of it. So we have this complete package with OSSD and immigration with Mr. Ashutosh. We work as a team and we are going to be partnering. I'm very proudly saying that with Mr. Aziz. So we three will be partnering. We will taking care of your all the needs, starting from your studies, which is OSSD, your immigration, and your permanent resident as well in Canada. Over to
All
you,
right.
Mr. Aziz.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate that. And thank you, everyone. I see more people joining on TikTok. I see people on, for those that are just joining, we are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So please, if you have any of your questions, put it on the comment section as we are taking this live session. This is going to be very, very interesting. And I believe everyone is going to learn from this. So stick around as we start the presentation slides right now. For those that know me already, I am Mr. Aziz Shudur from Ontario, Canada, and AOS Abroad is my own organization here in Canada. So thank you very much for those that already know me. I don't need to introduce myself so much, even though we'll still do some introductions in the session. So moving on. Um, the question many of you may already have is, why are we talking about OSSD today? Why are we going to educate you about OSSD right now? And this is a new concept to me myself. I was actually informed about it by the licensed immigration consultant with us right now, Mr. Gurinder Singh. I never knew about it, I have to be honest. But knowing about it right now, I'm more than thrilled to discuss it with our own audience. And many people have already been actually getting our emails. You have been getting our social media lives even before today, talking about OSSD. But let's now learn in detail, what does OSSD entail? Now, OSSD stands for Ontario Secondary School Diploma, and it is a fully regulated public qualification in Canada, especially in the province of Ontario. And this OSSD is actually meant for you if your child is a current primary or secondary school student in maybe like Nigeria, Ghana, Benin Republic, Togo, Ivory Coast, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, United Arab Emirates, and other African, Middle East, and even Asian countries. You as a parent, if you are struggling to enter Canada by yourself or together with your entire family, then this OSSD is for you. If you are a temporary foreign worker who is working for a Canadian, an American company, and still have your children back home in Africa or in Asia or any other continent, then this is for you. If you are a visitor or a tourist abroad whose 6 months visa duration is fast approaching and wants to settle your family permanently in Canada, then this is for you. If you have been rejected, refused visa applications, and denied entry or even banned in recent years or past times in the UK, in Canada, in the US, Australia, then this is for you. If you have a child that is within the ages of 12 and 25 who is a native English or French speaker, then this is for you. If your child does not have any IELTS, CELP, TEF Canada, TCF Canada test results, or even travel history, then this is particularly for you and your kid. Now, what is really the purpose of this webinar today? The purpose of this webinar is to briefly introduce you to the possibility of immigrating your children to Canada fast without the hustle or without the hassle that many adults face in today's Canada immigration pathways. Now, it is to empower you as a parent to learn how to bring your children to Canada easily. It is to acknowledge the common concerns and misconceptions about the immigration process and highlight these issues for you. It is also to provide you with a sure roadmap that can actually be followed by serious immigrant parents as they are helping their kids to relocate fast to Canada. So you may be asking, who is eligible for this OSSD diploma? They are middle school graduates. They are current course pursuers from the grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. They are also for people that are O level or A level students in any of these countries worldwide that we have mentioned. Now, why do you need to listen to me? And who am I? My name, as I said before, is Aziz Olarewaju Shoderu. I'm a first time successful Canadian permanent resident immigrant in Canada, and I'm also studying in the UK, United Kingdom. You understand, graduate student diploma, and through this OSS, they have realized many of the pathways we as adults actually went through. Your child doesn't need to actually go through it because OSSD is international. You don't need to go and spend thousands and tens of thousands of dollars that I currently spending in the UK as a student right now to actually get a graduate diploma. Likewise, I'm an international French language teacher. I've been able to mentor tech experts from 20 different countries, 20 plus different countries, and I've assisted over 400 plus students and immigrants to actually work on their own immigration and language studies. I'm also a graphic and web designer for past Nigerian companies. I am a common law partner by relationship, a data scientist by current profession, and also a travel business owner in Ontario. So I know firsthand what immigrants actually face. And now we are bringing up a solution. We are bringing up something that would actually help you. If you are a parent that wants to bring your children to Canada, if you yourself want to come to Canada by virtue of this OSSD pathway, then Please stick around as we actually talk about the OSSD. Now, why OSSD? Why are we talking about OSSD right now? Why is it even important for us to discuss it at this particular moment? Now, the reason being that number one, the Ontario Secondary School Diploma is globally recognized. You understand, as an high school qualification from Ontario, Canada, and it is known for its rigorous academic standards. And the unique advantages for OSSD graduates is that when you are enrolling or when you enroll in an OSSD course, it comes with numerous benefits to the students in their academic, in their personal and professional lives. It comes with a flexible curricula. That means they can take it either virtually or they can take it physically. It also focuses on core soft skills, many of the things that we don't learn from how will I call it now, from Nigeria and other African countries. It also comes with critical thinking and memorization. They will be able to learn, your children or you yourself will be able to learn, you understand, through memorization and critical thinking. You would also have pathway based course selections. So, if for instance you want to do science or you want to go through commercial or you understand art, you would have that access to actually get to study the exact courses that you need for that particular route that you are following or you are going through. You also have higher education and permanent residence opportunities. So if your child, for instance, go through the OSSD, you understand, your child already has a better access to becoming a permanent resident, you understand, quickly than you that you're actually coming from, you understand, from your home country. Another thing is that this pathway requires no IELTS. It is not like other pathways that require you to take a professional proficiency test, because you are the program already in it also it already embeds the use of whether be it English or French, based on, you understand, the proficiency or the level of language of your what do you call it now, of your child. So it would also help your child gain direct university admission into many countries, and we are going to list many of those countries together with recognizing universities that allow or that accept this OSSD part, what they call it, diploma. Okay, good day everyone. Hello, Oladele Fumilola. Now, this OSSD is also globally what recognized. And what does that mean? It is accepted by top universities in the USA, in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Europe, in Singapore. You understand? Name it and beyond. Now, you also have access to higher scholarship opportunities because it helps increase the chances of earning your tuition fee scholarships from prestigious universities, prestigious institutions, and colleges. Now, it has stronger visa approval chances. Once you hold this North American Grade 12 certificate, which is gotten through the OSSD program, it would enhance the student visa prospect not only in Canada alone, because the beauty of this program is that it's not restricted to Canada. IELTS general training sometimes help people. Some of these are always limited to just Canada alone. But with this diploma and with the certificate, you have access to various other countries that you can also immigrate to without necessarily, you understand, coming to Canada. Now, some of the lists of leading universities recognizing OSSD right now in Canada and in the UK are, for instance, University of Toronto, the McGill University, University of British Columbia, University of Alberta, Université de Montréal, School of Business Toronto, University of Waterloo, the University of Western Ontario, even the University of Calgary approves and actually accepts it, and Queen's University, the university in Kingston, accepts it. Now, also in the United States, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, also accepts this OSSD diploma. Stanford University, if you look at this, these are Ivy League colleges, top universities, top institutions worldwide. You understand? Harvard University, they approve it. So if you want your child, maybe your child is a genius, your child is, you understand, a tech expert, and you want your child to actually get access to some of these Ivy League colleges, then OSSD can be the pathway that you would actually prepare your child to go into some of these universities. California Institute of Technology is also accepting this. University of Chicago, Princeton University, Cornell University, Yale University, John Hopkins University, Columbia University, and the list goes on and on. Now let's move on. We also stated more about OSSD. What do you need to learn about OSSD? What does OSSD entail in terms of, you understand, the curricula? Let's look at it. They said the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, OSSD, is a globally recognized high school qualification from Ontario, Canada, known for its rigorous academic standards. We also said to earn the OSSD, students, children, or teenagers must complete 30 credits, 18 compulsory courses, and 12 electives along the what? Along with 40 hours of community service. And that this is what we don't have in many of our countries back home. Many students don't do community service, but in this place, in this OSSD program, they do community service. You understand? They support the community around them. The community knows them. Even with that, they get to network, they get to connect, they get to collaborate. You understand? With some organizations that can see them as people that are already ready for the future, and you understand, give them opportunities to volunteer, to do things and gain experience while they're actually studying. Now, you also have success. You what they call it? The OSSD allows them to successfully complete the Ontario Secondary School Literacy Certificate Examination, the OSSLC. You understand? And the school that we have right now that is going to actually be organizing this OSSD, because they are approved by the Ontario Education Body to do it, is the Canadian International Secondary School, CISS, because they offer a flexible self-paced learning environment with rolling admissions. What that means is that you can register today to get started this month, you can register next month, it is a rolling admission. So the faster you start, the better your chances. The faster you start, the better, the faster you complete it, and you actually get that diploma for your children. Now, OSSD graduates gain direct entry into top universities worldwide with several benefits, just like we have said. We have said who can apply. Some people have been asking me, I remember the last live session I had on TikTok, and someone was asking me that, oh, my child is still in grade 8. Can my child have access to this OSSD as well? Yes, your child can, just like they said who can apply? Students who have completed grade 8 or equivalent. Do you understand? And the program requirements, as we have said, are listed below. They said application process. If you want to apply, all you need to submit is proof of your age, your birth certificate, passport, your academic transcript for, you understand, your grade 8, your proof of residency if applicable. Now, you need to know that it's very important for you to actually know the program structure and the units of the program that you need to take. You'll be required, as we said, to take 6 subjects in total, including English. You understand? And your subjects are delivered on a modular basis. And what does that mean? It means that what you will study and complete several subjects in one semester before moving on to take what another set of subjects in the following semester. And typically, you will take 2 to 3 subjects per semester, although you have the flexibility to decide how many subjects you would like to take. So you can either be faster or you can be slower depending on your own preferences. Now, most subjects have a combination of 70% of paperwork or coursework and 30% of final examinations. And as such, you will need to be on top of your on top of your game in terms of homeworks, assignments, projects throughout the year. Now, in addition, you would also need to, as we have said, take the Ontario Literary Test and the community service. And the program, this is the beauty of this program. It takes within 9 to 12 months long. 9 to 12 months long to get this, and it requires just you, as we said, taking just 6 months, which is a graded combination of the coursework and the final exams. And as we have said, in all these countries, even in Hong Kong, in Singapore, they are all recognized, you understand, diplomas. Now let's move on. Someone is actually asking the question on TikTok that okay, I beg. Okay, this is Nigerian speech, but the person is saying, I beg, how can I get started? What would inform you on how you can get started? You understand, either for yourself or for your kids. Once we go, just wait on with us. We are going to inform you about what you need to do to get started with this. Now let's get on talking on more information you need to know about the OSSD program. We said that the OSSD program, it has a syllabus, and the syllabus carries 1 credit per course. Do you understand? And as we've said, a total of 18 core mandatory courses and 12 elective credits are required for it to be finished. The core courses, as we have said, English is part of it. Sometimes you have mathematics, depending on the, you understand, the what they call it now, the branch you want to go through, either through science, commercial, or arts. You understand the mathematics of at least 1 credit. We have also group classes of 1, 2 to 3 courses, either in the sciences, the Canadian history, Canadian geography, arts, health, and physical education, French as a second language. Now, this is an avenue for your child to also learn French. Do you understand? Career studies, civic and citizenship is also, there are also courses that your child can actually take. You understand? And the credits differ. There are some that are 1 credit, and there are some that are what? They are half credits. Now, another list of universities recognizing this OSSD in Hong Kong and in United Kingdom. Like in Hong Kong, we have the University of Hong Kong recognizing this, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, the Chinese University of Hong Kong. We also have City University of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, the Hong Kong Baptist University, Lingnan University, the Education University of Hong Kong, the Open University of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Shuyan University. Now, also in the UK, University of Cambridge also accepts this, University of Oxford, University College London, Imperial College London, the University of Edinburgh, King's College University London, University of Manchester, London School of Economics and Political Science, University of Bristol, and the University of what? Warwick. Now, someone is exactly someone said on this session that, wow, this helps me unlock Ivy League access right now. Exactly. This program, the OSSD diploma, helps you what? Unlock the Ivy League access to various schools. Now, some people may be asking, what benefits does this hold for me if I'm not a child, if I'm not a teenager, if I'm not, you understand, someone that who would need to go for secondary? If, for instance, you already have your university degree, you already have your postgraduate diploma, your masters, and things like that. Now, there's something called custodianship for minors studying inside Canada. If, for instance, you, because we have said there's flexibility in this program, you can either study it virtually, you understand, online, or you can study it physically. And if you are to study it physically, there's something called custodianship for minors studying in Canada, because your child mostly, except if, especially if your child is below the ages of 18, will need a parent or a guardian to actually support that child in Canada whilst that person is studying. Do you understand? So minors under the ages of 18 must have a custodian in Canada and notarized document. And hence, this is where the need of expert guidance from our consultants from Kesri Immigration comes in. And what this means is that either you are an accompanying parent or you are a family member or trusted adult. If you are a parent traveling with your minor, you understand, student to Canada, you can act as what? The custodian of that person. And of course, you can apply for visas as well in order to come together with your child, you understand, whilst that child is studying and you would be doing something else. Do you understand? Now, also, if you don't want to come with your child, but you want your child to come physically to Canada, then you need to actually have a responsible adult in Canada that is 21 plus years above. You understand? Whether be it your uncle, your his uncle, his auntie, his older sibling or cousin or family friend that would act as the what? Custodian of that person. You understand? Or that child when that child comes into Canada. Now, at this level, I would like to ask people, if you have any questions, put it on the comment section. If we have anything we want to add, maybe this is the time I would also call Mr. Ashutosh Tiwari, the program director, to shed more light on any of the things that we were not able to mention in terms of the, you understand, OSSD program, the study package that they have at Canadian International Secondary School, and to see if anyone has any questions to ask him before we take the second part of the presentation. So over to you, Mr. Ashutosh.
Thank you, Aziz. You covered it in a fantastic way. You touched upon all the aspects of OSSD. And now, from here on, I'll only be adding up more technical information on the things. Just to put that everything what you covered, I want to add to it that OSSD is an extremely flexible program. Well, Aziz had covered on it. I'll just shed more light on it. So to say, we have students who are studying from very remote areas. So all you need to have is a 2 Mbps of speed and a laptop or a tab, and you are having international education right inside your house. So that is how we tag ourselves that global education at local level. That is one. Secondly, for all the audiences whose wards are in Cambridge, O levels, or those who are doing O levels, I will just let you know that after O levels, you'll be spending 2 years to finish your A levels. Whereas if you join OSSD, after your O level, you'll be spending only 1 year to finish your diploma. And you have the same equivalency as an A level. So that brings to you, you save time and you save money, both. This is the biggest advantage. Most of our students from Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, they join us after finishing their O levels, and they're able to save 1 whole year as well as the money they'll be spending during that period. And so therefore, this program is an extremely advantageous program for those who are living in remote areas but want superior international educations and they are away from big metros. And secondly, students who are already studying O levels and who would like to finish their program within 1 year. Now, the
Exactly.
Sri Lankan students, what they do is after their O levels, they do with us, they finish their graduation in 1 year, save 1 year of time, and they are now joining Malaysian medical universities and Dalian Medical College. Now, I wanted to present certain testimonials, but the Canadian laws are very strict on bringing anything on the media. So we had to had proper legal agreements with them to be presenting over here. We could not get into it, that's why, but subsequently in the next stages, those students' testimonials will be there. So you see a student saved 1 year of time, saved 1 year of their parents' money, and after finishing, while their own classmates are still studying their A levels, they are sitting in Malaysian Medical University in Kuala Lumpur and Dalian Medical College in China. So this is the biggest advantage it brings, along with the flexibility of studying anywhere, anytime, at your own pace, at your own time. Right? I'm open to any other questions, and rest Aziz has covered very clearly. I'm open to any questions which you may have.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ashutosh. Now, this is huge. This is huge because for immigrants in Africa, in Asia, in the Middle East, one of the challenges we face is having our credentials actually recognized in the Western world. And if you look at the OSSD, the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, it has consistently ranked in the top 5 diplomas in the world. And that is huge because that means that for it to rank so high, it is approved not only in Canada, just like Mr. Ashutosh said, in other places too, in Hong Kong, in Sri Lanka, in you understand, in the US, in the UK, it is also approved. So you are not going to be requiring maybe the educational credential assessment for it, the ECA, for you to do WES or things like that when you are working on your immigration to Canada or to any other country. You will not need it because why? It is approved and it is recognized worldwide, and it is of course regulated. Once they say something is regulated, nobody can just do us the program. You understand? Schools have to go through a rigorous assessment, a rigorous approval process before they can be approved to actually organize the OSSD program. And as we have seen with the Canadian International Secondary School, or as we are going to see, they are approved and they are part of the few schools organized or the few schools approved to actually take these programs in Canada, especially in Ontario. Now, that takes us to the Canada OSSD study package we have for our clientele. Now, what is this package about? This is a step by step package for those who wish to immigrate to Canada easily, whether as secondary school students, do you understand? With 95% success rate altogether with their family. You understand? Even without you having any travel history, even with past visa rejections, or maybe, for instance, refugee or asylum seeking programs or applications you have done before. Do you understand? Oh, okay. More Thrift on TikTok is asking, please talk about child immigration. Well, for child immigration, we have said something. We have talked about children immigration slightly on our live session on TikTok. But I would take, or I would give Mr. Gurinder Singh the opportunity signing to talk about child immigration. Maybe the difference, because I remember whilst Motrift is asking on TikTok, I was talking about the differences between adult immigration and children immigration, how children immigration is much more flexible and it is much more accessible by you understand, by the children, the kids, because many of the things that adults go through, children don't actually go through it. So I'll give Mr. Gurinder Singh Saini the opportunity from Kesri Immigration and Settlement Services to talk about children immigration for us.
Thanks a lot, Aziz. I need to actually give you guys an example, which Ashutosh already said that for now we cannot give the testimonies, but I can give you a live example. One part which we have not covered, we have not stressed a lot, is that when you do OSSD, you get a higher chances of scholarship as well from the Canadian or the US or the UK universities. Now, I had a client, since I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer over here. So I had a client from Nigeria. He came here as a child in grade 10, no, sorry, grade 11, and he did OSSD in Canada. Now, there were two things he told me when I showed him this program. He gave his feedback. So, number one, when you bring in your child over here in, let's say, grade 9, 10, 11, or 12, which we can do, it is possible. The answer is yes. We can bring the child. This Canadian International Secondary School, they can take a child from kindergarten up to grade 12. That's not an issue. But what I personally recommend is in that you end up spending a lot of money. The cost of that starts from around 45,000 Canadian dollars and it goes up to 60,000 Canadian dollars, depending
Wow.
upon the institute to institute.
Wow.
So this kid, he spent 40,000 per year for 2 years, and but after he did his OSSD, he got 50% scholarship.
Wow.
So the tuition fees was 20,000 per year. He did his degree in 10,000 per year. This scholarship goes up to 100% depending upon your grades. So there are certain factors, but when we do immigration, we make sure that we apply and we try to get a scholarship for the students who have done OSSD. So the answer to the question for the kids immigration is yes, we do it. But do we recommend? We don't recommend, because sitting over there, wherever you are, we can get you this OSSD diploma done at a very, very, very cheap rates, like crazy prices compared to what you are going to end up spending bringing your kid to Canada. Mr. Ashutosh, if you want to add something to it, please go ahead.
No, absolutely, you have covered it. As far as the child is concerned, there are two ways. One is our recommendation, and other is that Mr. Sani would be aware. So, if you're really interested, yes, we can provide you a letter of acceptance for your child, and you can apply for the visa process. As far as the child is concerned, because he already has a letter of acceptance and he is a minor, the visa process will totally depend on the parents' financial credentials. So one of the parent will have to accompany, or somebody in Canada will have to take the guardianship of the child. If you can arrange for it, so what the visa officer will look into, number one, he will look that the person who is affording the guardianship in Canada has sufficient finances to manage it. And if one of the parents is accompanying, then in that case, whether the parent who's going to stay back in the home country, will he have or she have sufficient finances to sponsor the child's education as well as the stay of the other partner in Canada. If these conditions can be satisfied, the visa will be granted. But generally, unless you have a good amount of money, people are not able to satisfy the officer, and so the visa approval rates are not as high. I don't say that they are not. Yes, people are getting visas, but they are not as high when you apply for minor child to move to Canada. In addition, as an information, I can tell you anybody who's 16 years and above as a student can come and work in Canada for 24 hours a week as per the laws of Ontario. So you will have to take a call that whether you have sufficient financials to sponsor your one partner who will be the accompanying parent and the child, right, to manage in Canada. In case not, do you have somebody who's known in Canada who will be willing to provide sponsorship? Then in that case, the visa process becomes very easy. That is all I wanted to add. Over to Aziz now.
All right. Thank you very much about for that. Really appreciate. Okay, welcome, Mr. Akinwumi Latifat from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, everyone. So, for child immigration, our consultants and our program director have talked about that. Now, moving on. A lot of people have been asking how to get started. If you want to get started, I want you to know that for the purpose of this OSSD, and if you want to have more conversation with the consultants, you want to actually talk more about your options, you understand, in line with the OSSD for your child, then we have actually added consultation sessions to this package. And this consultation session is a bonus time slot, because to talk to our immigration consultant at least for an hour, it will cost nothing less than $300. But the value of this, you understand, is about $999 that you get for free if you actually get started with this OSSD package. And with this, our immigration consultants and partners are going to be able to discuss with you in details. They will be able to talk with you about your options for your child, for yourself, and for perhaps even the siblings of your child. If, for instance, you have more children, it's not just one child you have 2 3 children that want to come into Canada, you yourself want to come into Canada with your spouse, they will discuss with you, our immigration partners will discuss with you about how you yourself and your family members can actually come to Canada, along with the processing times. They talked about the processing times, they talked about, you understand, the challenges and the way out for those that want to come into Canada. Then our consultants would also talk with you if you actually get this package, you understand, and you sign up for this particular OSSD study package. Now, another thing is the entire travel package that can help you ease your immigration. If you register with us at AOS Abroad along with our partners, our consultants will be able to explain to you how to plan your travel, how to plan your immigration. If, for instance, OSSD is not even the pathway for you, or you feel that you want better options, our consultant is going to talk to you about that as well. And if you want to do the OSSD, if you even have other people that could benefit from the OSSD as well, then you understand the done for you package would also come in handy, and that's the value of that is about $3,000. Now, another thing from us at AOS Abroad is that if your child wants to learn language, if you yourself want to learn language before you come into Canada, you understand, and have the opportunity to actually be able to converse with people, maybe in the French language, or to even perfect your English language, then we have actually added the English and French language training that would help you prepare your children or prepare yourself for any of the international exams like TEF or TCF Canada. Now, moving on. Another thing, before we even talk about the package in details, let's also mention some of the leading universities again that recognizes OSSD in Australia and also in New Zealand. If you remember, we have talked about leading organizations, leading universities that recognizes OSSD in the UK, in US, in Canada, what they call it now, in Hong Kong. So, okay, Mr. Gorinda is saying that can I add something? Yes, you can add something,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. I just wanted to request Mr. Ashutosh to enlighten the audience on the 70% assignment and 30% final exam. Why this OSSD is going to be easy for the kids coming from Africa or other countries.
Other countries, exactly.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sani. I was expecting this question much later in the presentation, but then now you brought up the issue. I'll clarify to
Okay.
that. So let me tell all the students and their parents who are attending this webinar that generally in larger part of the world, what happens is the examinations, including the Cambridge education, which is the British education, purely depends on how well the students have memorized the things. So you study the whole year, And at the end of the year, you have an examination in which whatever you have memorized, you represent that or you regurgitate that. Now, Canadian education is largely experiential in learning. That means it is not that at the end of the year I'll test that how much you have retained in your mind, but I will see that throughout the year what all you have studied, how have you performed in your classes, how well you have involved yourself in the classes, and so
Well,
therefore it's an overall package. So what happens is that out of the total assessment at the end of the year, 70% of your assessment is purely based on your assignments which you submit, on the quizzes which you solve throughout the year. So to say, 70% of the assessment is purely open book. So you get an assignment, you go home, you read your books, you do some research on the open platforms like Google or maybe YouTube. You find an answer, you write down that answer, you submit it. You get assessed for your work you have done, and you are marked. Now, so a student who's sincere can get 70 out of 70 at the end of the year for the portion of your learning. Now, for
wow,
the purpose of
great.
yeah. So you see, out of 100, you've already got 70 with an open book. Now, for the rest
Exactly.
of the 30%, you need 50% as a passing percentage in Canada. So, therefore, if I tell you that you have scored only 50% out of the 30, for whatever reason you were not well, you could not study, there were certain issues in the family, they keep happening, which can disturb you. But even if you're able to score 50% in that portion, the advantage is that this 15 out of 30, which will be 50%, and that 70 makes you 85%. So if you are a sincere student throughout the year, doing your assignments, doing your homeworks properly, doing your quizzes properly, you can be rest assured that nothing less than 80 to 85% you will get in your
You get that.
examinations.
Fantastic.
Second, in case for whatever reason you could not pass the examination, that is the 30% part of it. Your 70% stays like that. You can reappear for that 30% mark portion, and whatever marks you get added to that 75%. Unlike the other part where you have to redo the whole school year. So these are certain very major advantages which put students, especially
Student.
sincere students, in a very higher platform to get into the universities that Mr. Aziz has spoken about. Right? That bit. Any questions? I'll take on that. Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And this is the difference between, I know Nigeria, for instance, it's the opposite. Nigeria, they call something continuous assessment, the CA, and the continuous assessment tests are 30% in Nigeria. I know about my own country, I don't know about other countries, while the examination is 70%. So you can pass a whole lot in the CA tests, but fail in the examination and have
True.
to repeat the year. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work in Canada that way, as they just mentioned. You have to the child experiences. You understand? He experiences and not needs to just always be memorized. We don't even memorize in Nigeria. We cram. Many of us cram. We cram things on our head, and after the exam, we don't remember it again.
It
And that
happens
is
the
why
same in Asia.
exactly. That is why a lot of us, at the end of the day, if you ask us what we studied, you understand, years back, we can't remember again. So that's the difference between Canada and the UK. Do you understand? Exactly. Someone said, so the child visa secret has been unleashed. Of course. Now, moving on, as we are mentioning, we talked about the list of universities recognizing OSSD. Now, some of the top universities in Australia that recognizes OSSD are one, the Australian National University (ANU), the University of Melbourne, the University of New South Wales, the University of Queensland, the University of Sydney, Monash University, the University of Western Australia, the University of Adelaide, the University of Technology Sydney, the University of Newcastle. Now, even in the New Zealand, University of Auckland, University of Otago, University of Canterbury, Victoria, University of Wellington, University of Waikato, Massey University, Lincoln University, Auckland University of Technology, Eastern University Institute of Technology, Manukau Institute of Technology. All these universities actually what they actually allow and accept. Do you understand? The OSSD. So la cram la pour, exactly. Many of us in Nigeria cram things, and at the end of the day, we just pour it in the examinations, as we mentioned. So in Canada, you don't need that. You don't need to cram. You don't need to, you understand, only memorize. You experience and you learn through the process. Now, moving on, this takes us to the Canada OSSD study package. For those that have been asking, oh, how do I get started? How do my child get started? What do I need to do? Now, before we even talk about how you can get started, know that how long does it even take for you to actually get it processed? The OSSD admission, it takes about 5 to 7 business days to actually process. While the visa, if for instance, just like they mentioned, you don't want to do it virtually, you want to do it physically, and if you qualify, you understand it takes within 2 to 3 months, which of course can be faster or longer depending on what the visa officer, but the averages is what we are just mentioning here. Now, someone may ask, a popular question we always get a lot is that, is this real or is this a scam? Well, you can be the judge of that. You understand? Take your own time to do your research. As we do always advise people, do your own research. Don't just take our word for it. You understand? If we are lying, if we are, you understand, fraudsters, you will know. You understand? And if we are not, you will see it online as we just said it. Can I refer someone, for instance, for some of you that are always joining and always asking, I have some of my referrals that are also here. You understand, the marketers that are also here. Yes, you can refer. That is one of the ways I, for instance, got my own travel funds to move into Canada. So you can refer, you understand, someone, and also even get paid handsomely for that. But for those that want to get started with it, the cost of this OSSD, for those that want to do it as in get started with it virtually, because of course it takes within 5 to 7 business days for the admission. So if you want to start virtually, that is 7,000 Canadian dollars, and it doesn't need to be paid at once. It can be paid, you understand, in installments. You can pay it twice. You understand, $3,599, or you can pay it 3 times, $2,699. Do you understand? And of course, if you want to pay, you can also visit the link bit.ly/OSSD-CISS, or you can also transfer to our Nigerian official Guarantee Trust Bank. And now look at this. This is wonderful. Mr. Gorinda is also mentioning on the chat section, our consultant, our licensed immigration consultant, that for those that actually want to get started, if you want to get started, you understand, there's going to be a 10% discount for anyone that registers today, you understand, and pays within 7 days. We are going to also share the registration form for those that want to get started, so that you'll be able to actually start and also do with your application immediately. So the 10% discount for those who want to get started today are started, basically, for those that registers today or within the 7 days. Of course, we are still going to be sending email messages to our emails, your email subscribers, so you would always be receiving the next steps to actually go through or to get started with the OSSD package. Now, let's give some major disclaimers before we actually move on. Some people will say, okay, what is AOS Abroad? Is AOS Abroad a consultant? Are we lawyers? No, we are not lawyers. We are not consultants. We are not travel agents. You understand? We self-identify as a language school in Ontario, Canada. However, we have partnered, as you can see, with some of these third parties, so that they can help you handle the admission process. They can help you handle the study permit if you require it, the admission and the immigration process from the very start to the finish anytime you want it. So with our immigration lawyer and licensed representative, Mr. Gurinder Singh Saini from Kesri Immigration, he can assist you with that. Just reach out to us and we'll link you to him. Also with the Canadian International Secondary School representative, Mr. Ashutosh, he can also assist you with the, you understand, immigration or with the admission process to the school if you want. You understand it. Some people will always ask me, do we have offices in Nigeria, or in maybe like in Ghana or in any place? No, we don't have any offices anywhere. The school, the Canadian International Secondary School, is located in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Likewise, Mr. Kesri is also in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. You know as well that AOS Abroad is in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. So we are not in any other place apart from Canada. Now, why do you need to work with us? Why do you need to work with, especially the consultant, Mr. Gurinder Singh Saini? Is because this is someone that is fully licensed, you understand, from CICC. CICC is those regulators in charge of what RCICs. RCIC stands for Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant, and he has over 22 years of experience in the field. So he's not just a baby consultant; he's a senior consultant, and he has practice presence in over 11 countries, including India. You understand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, UK, US, Australia. You understand, he's well versed in many of these immigration pathways, and is an active member with CAPIC, which is the Canadian Association of Professional Immigration Consultants. His experience ranges from study permit, work permit, visitor visas, permanent residence applications, and a whole host of other pathways. And as I said, his consulting office is in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. So if you want to work with him, you understand, I believe you are in a very good hand, because it's going to assist you. In fact, there are some of our own there are some of our own clients already that is already assisting to, you understand, check their eligibility for other programs and other pathways. Do you understand? So if you also want to have access to him, reach out to us and we'll be able to actually link you up with him. Now, why do you need to also register with Canadian International Secondary School? The reason being that, firstly, they are inspected and approved by the Ministry of Education Canada. And as I said, they are located in Mississauga, Ontario. They provide education up to the grade of 12. And just like you heard them mention, this OSSD program can be done within 9 to 12 months. So the faster you start it, the better your chances of getting a world recognized certification. They are well renowned and they are a reputable school, you understand, in Canada. The school also provides teaching for this OSSD and a grant diploma after successful completion. And of course, your diploma is recognized not only in Canada but in other countries worldwide. And for instance, if you have students, because some people were actually reaching out to me, you understand, in the last live sections I did, you understand, before today, saying that, oh, my child is already studying in this school, you understand, he's already in his SS1, like for senior secondary school 1 or senior secondary school 2, and they're asking what are their options if they still want to actually benefit from this OSSD. Well, students who enroll with the Canadian International Secondary School and they have at least 4 credits, they can visit the CISS campus in Mississauga, Canada, for either the winter or the summer camps. And if you want to even get started virtually, you can also get started virtually. There's a guaranteed visa as the student who appears, you understand, for the OSSTLT exam, because you have to understand the exam, you have to do it in Canada. So even if you get started online, you can still come into Canada to actually do the exam. And there's a mandatory community service requirement, just like we have said. You also have access to visit one of the top Canadian universities. They would allow you to visit one of the Canadian universities. You'll be able to go there, you understand, see for yourself the kind of university you can actually attend by virtue of what the OSSD diploma you have. You will also have access to visit places like tourist interest centers like Niagara Falls, you understand, and other places around Ontario, Canada, when you actually come. And of course, there's a cultural exchange and Canadian social approach towards their program in, you understand, the CISS. And now they are also offering some scholarships to early birds. Yes, Mr. Gorinda has talked about the 10% discount you get for enrolling today. Do you understand? But you also get some benefit for the first 25 students that enroll. You'll be able to receive a grant amount of 500 Canadian dollars. Do you understand? For those that are the next 50 students after the 25 students would also receive a grant amount of 250 Canadian dollars. You understand? And this amount will be credited on completing at least 4 credits successfully in the CISS, you understand, school. So how beautiful, how more appealing can that be for someone to actually get started? If you want to get started, then please ask your questions if you have any questions. For those that are wondering, how would my certificate be? How would my diploma be once I finally get it? Then this particular certificate you see here, this particular diploma is how the Ontario Secondary School diploma. And because Canada, of course, is a bilingual country, it's written in both English and French. You understand? The Ontario Secondary School diploma and the Diplôme d'études secondaires de l'Ontario. So thank you very much, everyone. If you have any questions right now, please let's ask our professionals before they actually, if you have any questions related to this, you understand, you have any questions, Oh, okay. Oladele Fumilayo is asking, what is the age limit for the OSSD? Okay, I would let Mr. Ashutosh respond to that.
Okay, so let me tell you, there is absolutely no age limit for the OSSD. There are only prerequisites. So if you want to get admission in grade 12, you will have to finish up to at least grade 11. Now, I'll just give you an example from our students in Singapore. So this particular student, he studied up to grade 11th, and he was doing his, after his O levels, he dropped out. Singapore follows the British pattern, so he had the Cambridge school certificate. He
Cambridge,
went to
yeah.
a trade school, became an auto mechanic, and after 15 years, he decided that he wants to study. Now, Singapore doesn't provide that. So somehow he
Wow.
came to know about OSSD, he connected with us, and we gave him the admission. By law, if you study with us or in any of the Canadian schools, whether in Ontario, Alberta, Vancouver, British Columbia, your records are to be held. Your academic records are to be held with us for the next 55 years, right?
Wow.
So in Canada or in Canadian school, anybody can join the school at any point of the time, right? So there's absolutely no age limit. You can join at whatever point. The only prerequisites that if you are able to give us up to grade 11th, we'll give you admission in grade 12th. But if you're able to give us credentials only up to grade 9th, then absolutely there's no way I can take you in 11th or 12th. I'll have to give you admission in grade 10th and you'll have to study for 3 years. That is what it is.
Great, great. This is awesome. I never even knew that. Now, this is very awesome for those who would like to get started. If you have a child that want to get started, if you yourself want to get started, then this is your opportunity. We have also shared on the screen how to actually get further details and also make payments. If you want to make payment for, I know Nigerians are always skeptical about things online, especially when they have to trade in dollars. So we have simplified it for you. You can actually make payments in Nigerian naira. Do you understand? If you are in Nigeria, and we would help you to transfer it to Canada and work on, you understand, the exchange rates. But if you also want to do it yourself, you can also click on the link, you understand, and the link would actually guide you right on how to actually get started with it right now. Please, if you have any questions whatsoever, even after this live session, you want to ask questions, you want to reach out to us about the consultant or you understand the school, you can always send either your payment screenshots if you have made payments to our email admin@aosacademy.com, you understand, or chat us up on WhatsApp or call us or text us on +1 416 845 4584. I take it again, +1 416 845 4584. You understand? For your Canada OSSD study package application form, if you have actually made payment, do you understand? Send us a payment screenshot, you understand, and also actually request for your application form to start the admission process with CISS. So, Mr. Gurinda, please, do you have any other things to actually add before?
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing that whenever anybody wants to start, Mr. Ashutosh or somebody from CISS, they will do the detailed assessment of the student as well. Because for those 30 credits which you have to earn, how many credits we are going to give to the student? It might be 23, it might be 20. So they have to first do the assessment, and then we will do the proper guide counseling of the student and guide them properly how the course is going to go and what are the do's, what are the don'ts. So it's not just that we will leave you alone just like this. No, because after you are done your OSSD, we will make sure that whenever you want, wherever you want to go, let's say you want to go to Canada, UK, anywhere you want to go, Australia, we take care of your needs. And if you come to Canada, since I am the Canadian professional immigration consultant, so we will make sure that we set your pathway for Canadian PR as well. So we won't just, do the OSSD and leave you alone. No, we will guide you throughout. After OSSD, we will make sure we do your admissions properly. We get you scholarships. If you are in Canada, we get to the PR, and we take care of everything.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you very much, Mr. Gurinda. In fact, I have a question that came for you on TikTok right now. Someone just asked, so I would like you to also talk about that. Someone just asked that,
Mm.
how do I change the OSSD study to PR? So I think that is also for you.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. After you finish your OSSD, we will get you in Canada and get you whichever trade you want to go. We will take you over there, and after that, there is something called postgraduate work permit. You will get, after 2 years of study, you will get 3 years of work permit, and then we get you the PR. So after you land over here, I will say give and take 4 years, you get your PR. If everything goes perfectly fine, uh, because we have to guide you, we have to set you up for the success.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
I'll just add to that what Mr. Sani
Okay.
has said. He has fantastically put it in a shell that this is what. Just to elaborate a little from the academic point of view. So, the students who are looking for PR, once you finish the OSSD, as we said, that we are like a travelator. So on the one side of the travelator is the OSSD. You jump on the travelator, and when you get down from the travelator, the other side is the PR. Now, how we do that? You join with us. Now, based on your academic records and your attitude and your aptitude, we decide whether you want to go for university level education or you want to go for college level education. That will be
Exactly.
discussed with you, with your parents. Number one, with the counselors. Okay. After that, we say that, okay, you are somebody academically oriented, we'll put you in engineering courses at the University of Waterloo. Engineers are in great demand in Canada. Boom,
Exactly.
you are in. You are assured you finish your education, you get your PR, postgraduate work permit, and you are into PR. Say you say, no, I'm not very academically oriented, I cannot study that. Okay. So what we'll give you, and with like we have a tie-up with Durham College. So what we'll give you is do industrial electrician course, right? You do a 2 year, 3 year industrial electrician course, get your postgraduate work permit, and they are in high demand. The moment you apply for your PR, you'll be lapped up because you have a Canadian school education, you have a Canadian college education, and education in a field which is in extremely, extremely great demand in Canada, right? So that way, we completely make your profile, we build up your profile to a point that there is absolutely no reason you will not get a PR. Up to Mr.
Exactly.
Sani and Mr. Aziz.
No, thanks a lot. You summed it up very, very, very well.
Exactly.
Yes, Mr. Aziz.
So, in fact, I'm so glad they talked about the PR pathways, and this is just a tip of the iceberg you get from working with professionals that have decades of experience, because Mr. Ashutosh and Mr. Kurinda have been doing this for decades. So it doesn't get better than this. Do you understand? They would
I,
help you work.
I'm going to
Exactly.
just add, I'm going to give you a scenario. Any student we bring in, we are tied up with the student for at least 5 to 7 years. How? First, we bring the student. Now we get this PR of the student. Then, definitely, after getting PR, this kid is going to get married. So, we do the spousal file, and after we get the spouse here, then definitely parents are interested as well, so we get the
Exactly.
parents here. In the meantime, this student is ready for citizenship, so
Exactly.
we get
Exactly.
the citizenship as well. So our we have at least 5 to 7 years of relationship, anybody who joins us. So we
Exactly.
do everything. And once you get Canadian citizenship, your US is open. Trump is going to go in 4 years. So things are going to get better after that. But
Exactly.
when once you have Canadian passport, a lot of Nigerians, they come take the Canadian passport just to go do business in Dubai, right? I have clients who told me openly that I need Canadian citizenship so I can travel to Dubai as well. Even though they have opened it lately, but there are still many strings attached to it.
Attached. Great, great. In
Yeah.
fact, that's another benefit for those that
Yep.
actually get started. I remember the person that linked me up to Mr. Gorinda was my accountant, the person that works with me for my what they call it, books, my accounting books. And she talked about the fact that he has helped he has helped, you understand, our colleagues to actually get people in. You understand? He has helped them with work permit, to help them with permanent residence, help them with, I think, you understand. She was saying it, I was so shocked, and I saw proof of it. She showed me proofs of it, and I was so convinced that yes, he is the person to work with, because of course he has been here more than even I have been here. Someone that has been working for over 22 years in the field is no longer a baby consultant. He's a senior adult consultant, and of course he can assist you. Just like we have said, even our own clients, we are also referring them to him to actually work with. So just like he said, he will build the relationship with you within 5 to 7 years. So you would be able to work with him at a stretch. It is not just a one pathway, you understand, and stop kind of thing. He would work with you with your study permit, with your work permit. It talked about the postgraduate work permit. It talked about the visitor visa if your parents want to come in. You understand? It talked about the permanent residence for you and your kids. You understand? Even the citizenship, after you finally land as a PR, you stay for 3 years or 1,096 days, I believe. You would also work on filing your citizenship in Canada. So that is a whole lot that he's going to be doing for you. So if you really, really want that advantage, then sign up right now. Register. As you see, we have sent you all the information. Okay, Mrs. Oladele from there said, thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. And we have given you all the details. Even after this live session, if you have any questions, send us an email, just like I've actually shared on the screen. Do you understand? Send us an email, and we would always send you more details and more information about it. And of course, if you have anyone that can also benefit from this, just like as I do, you understand, you'd also get commissions for actually referring people to us. Do you understand? And for those that don't know, yes, we have said it, and we always say it every time. You get commission for referring people to us, and you also can also benefit and also use even the funding you get, the commissions you get to also work on your own as much as possible. So don't sleep on this. Don't waste time on this. And this is not the first or last time we're going to be having Mr. Gorinda here. I believe for those of you that would want to have him come on again, I believe he will be willing to actually take our invitation another time. Maybe I should ask Mr. Gorinda, would you like to also come again after today
Oh,
to?
sure, sure. I was just going to add that in Africa, I have clients in Nigeria, I have clients in Ghana, I have clients in Cameroon, Senegal, Uganda, South Africa, and I have visited Nigeria as well. I've been to Lagos, Abuja, Ife, Ibadan, right? So
Really?
I've been to the
Yes.
north part. I've been to the luxury Lagos and Abuja as well. So Nigeria is not, unfamiliar to me. I have so many Nigerians, friends from Ghana, Cameroon. I have so many friends over the years. So I will love to be part of this team with Aziz. And as Aziz mentioned, one more thing I will love to have. We are looking for partners as well anytime.
Exactly.
You can be our partner, you can be our client, whatever you want. If you want to do study or you have a few friends who can benefit from this, you can always refer them to us. And everything is open over here.
Yes, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Adding that, that's very important. So a lot of people know. So you can always visit. If you look at his website, we also shared his website with you, kesri.ca. You understand, and you can also reach out to Mr. Ashutosh. We have sent his email as well. epicglobaledu.ca. Do you understand? And if you have any questions for us, any information, if you made payments, if you want us to also get started with your OSSD study package, you can also send us an email at admin@aosacademy.com, and we would really love to get started with your admission process. So thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to share with your friends, share with your family, all other people you have. As I said, we are live on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. So you can share it across board across board. So don't forget as well to also like and always be joining our live sessions from time to time, at least once a month. You understand? We always come on with new pathways like this. So always be joining, and we would really appreciate to have you. So thank you very much, everyone. And I would like everyone to just have a farewell message to our audience right now. So, Mr. Ashutosh, you can just have a conclusion, comments.
Thanks, Aziz. Thanks for conducting this so nicely, and the way you have brought it out is, I would say, very admirable, very admirable. And for the students, I'll just let you know that this is one of the fantastic programs being followed by a lot of people in Asia right now, from Vietnam, Sri Lanka. We are expanding our footprints in Africa. And yes, there was a question where some certain people have this kind of suspicion on the program. Let me tell you that more than the financial part of it, our whole group of directors who are running the CISS and the Epic Global Education, they are more passionate about providing quality education to the lesser parts of the world. So it's Africa, Asia. We want to bring this to even the poorest of the students, and more affordable. Of course, when you say that it is 6,000 to 7,000 Canadian dollars, compared to what others are charging in 10 times more, we are bringing it there. And because we are a whole group of educationists, including me, two of us are basically space scientists. One of the directors is a nuclear power plant designer. And so, therefore, we all decided at our later stages of the life to give back to the society. So it's more of a passion for us. And anybody who feels that there can be certain kind of scams, you have my email ID, you have K3 Immigration's email ID. You can directly connect with me, and I will take you on a virtual tour. I will also guide you how to go on the ministry website and check the credentials of our school. So there's absolutely no question of that kind of thing. And we are passionate about providing education in a more affordable way to the lesser uh, provided society. That's why we are focusing on Africa and Asia too much. That's about it. I'll hand it back to Mr. Aziz.
All right, thank you very much. In line with the tuition fee he mentioned a very important topic that for many people, many organizations, because I went on some schools in Canada, and I see that some people are charging as much as $14,000, $18,000 for this. So it is a no-brainer to get it for 7,000, because a lot of other schools are doing the full OSSD, and it is costing, you understand, parents more than what they are actually putting up. And I can attest to that. They didn't even tell me that before I went to the schools and saw many of the, and I won't mention schools, but it's more expensive in a lot of schools. Do you understand? So it's something that, if you see the value of it and the benefit, this is not, we're not just even sharing just the OSSD package. You can go to other schools and just get the OSSD package alone for this amount or even more. Do you understand? But we are bringing some added perks in line with Mr. Gurinda from Kesri Immigration, who is going to help you from the very beginning to the end, you understand, of your immigration pathway. We are also bringing ourselves, you understand, at AOS Abroad, to assist you with any career related or language related services. So this is even more than even just the OSSD, what they call it, diploma alone. It is more than it. If you see the value in it, please sign up with us and get started. Be serious. Just like he said, it is for serious students, because they want to give back, but they want to give back to serious students, those that are really willing to take the program, willing to get the diploma. I remember when I did my own diploma in France. Do you understand? And the diploma that I did, it was from Nigeria as well. It's not that I traveled to France. And now I have a France diploma, or a French diploma from France, by virtue of me actually, by virtue of me actually doing that program, that diploma. So it's similar to this as well. If you see the benefits, just like I do always say, my own diploma can take me to places like Canada, France, Belgium. In fact, the DELF program I did, the Diplôme d'études de la langue française that I did in France, was actually part of the things that I used to actually come into Canada. So please get started with this right now and don't wait, because we don't know what immigration can come up with again. Anything can change anytime. So the faster you do it, many of us saw how the policy changed this year. Different policies in Canada changed, but this particular pathway is still very much open to a lot. There have not been any changes, you understand, in any negative changes to it. So the faster you actually get started, you understand, the faster it is for you. Okay, we have some other questions. Sanusi Shikemi is asking, is this a college? I would like Mr. Akshutosh to respond to that.
This is a secondary school, and we have tie-up with the colleges and we have tie-up with the universities. So once you finish schooling with us, we put you through those colleges and universities in the courses which can help you settle down in Canada.
All right, Mr. Ashutosh, another question from the same person, Sanusi Shikem, is asking, is the 6999 Canadian dollar school fees?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's the school fees. But it
Yes,
also includes your counseling sessions. It also includes your recognition of the previous education, because we'll have to draw a comparison of what you have studied in Nigeria, get it approved by the Canadian authorities. So all that is included. So it's a complete package along with the school fee.
exactly. That's very important. It's a complete package. In other schools, you just get the school fees. You just get, you understand, the fees of, you get what you paid for, which is just the studies. But here you get the consultation with the, you understand, immigration consultant. You get the online course, you understand, for language studies. You get the package, the travel package that would actually assist you from the very start to the end. Okay, I'm getting some responses from TikTok. Someone is saying, my bro, Wings from Heaven, we went to uni learn to get, oh, okay, this guy is legit, he's a good guy. Oh, okay. We just have some of my friends talking about oh, okay, please listen to him. All right, thank you very much, Wings from Heaven, really appreciate that. So it seems we don't have any other questions. Please don't forget, since we don't have any questions, if you have any questions even later on after this live session, just shoot us an email and we'll respond to that, you understand, and send you feedback. Thank you very much, everyone, and we do hope you have a nice day ahead. Bye for now. Mr. Gurinda, do you have any final comments?
No, thanks a lot. You did amazingly good job in educating and helping the students. It will be, I will say, a good eye opener for somebody who wants to study abroad and they want to have a higher chances of their scholarships, their visas, and this guidance is you can't value this guidance what you have done to everyone today. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it. And everyone, bye for now. Have a nice day ahead.
Have a
Bye.
great
Okay, thank
Sunday.
you.
Enjoy. Bye bye.